What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Yeah, very good to be here with you all. I'm going to tell you about how retail is now, or close now, or how soon is now eventually, NFT and gaming. How we going to what we are doing now to potentially 1 billion users and more. So, whoop, is the clicker going? Yeah, here we go. I'm giving away space bars. If you can catch me, I got stickers you can put on your computer, on your space bar. It makes you feel good about yourself because there is a nice matte finish. I'd love to see you all coming to France next July because we are hosting a super event with Ethereum friends called ETHCC, so please check it out. And if you like gaming and NFT, do check out Cometh. We'll see a couple of screenshots of this game and from other games, and hopefully it will tickle your willingness to know more about this. So, NFT and gaming, where it all started in the beginning. Here's a beautiful picture about a famous game called World of Warcraft. I believe all of you have heard about it. World of Warcraft has been one of the leading MMORPG since its release. And it's notoriously known in the crypto space for being somehow one of the first cryptocurrencies. Having gold on World of Warcraft was actually something you could trade, something you could sell on eBay, something you could make a living out of for some time. And at the time of World of Warcraft going out, it wasn't an activity that was really promoted by Blizzard and the publisher and so on. So if you were caught selling gold on eBay, you could be banned. Sounds weird, right? What NFT is bringing us and what blockchain is bringing us as gamers and as potential users of blockchain at large is the real property, the real ownability of our assets. And this property rights of your gaming assets is being directly enforced in the blockchain. So you have a digital property right associated with what you have. And that's the low-hanging fruit. That's the first thing that everybody is trying to do right now. Looking at, wow, I get a game, now I get a blockchain, so I'll probably have game asset ownability. But this true ownership brings out way more than just giving away to the player the possibility to actually own what they have worked for in the game. It naturally brings composability. You have this NFT, you could use this NFT elsewhere, potentially, but it also brings out fractionalization of this ownership and lending of this owned asset, for example. So the next step is how we're going to use those ownability and those property rights to bring out a better financialization of our games. On the slides, you see the chart for Technicium to ISK. Don't look at for those pairs on Uniswap. Those are pairs that are being traded into a game called EVE Online. And this market has been organized by the players of this game. But it's still hosted in a centralized manner and not really easy to access and to get in and get out because it's been developed specifically for this purpose, not as a public utility as most of the DeFi products are built off. On the right, you see the prehistory of crypto on-ramp. You have a famous metaverse game called Second Life, where you could buy Linden dollars with your credit card. Sounds weird enough. If you've been into this space for a couple of years, you probably know how hard it was for onboarding people into the blockchain by getting them to pay with credit card. Back in the days, Second Life got away with regulation because they were a one-way thing. You can buy Linden dollars, we cannot sell it, so it was fine to buy them, of course. And yet, we are now at a stage of maturity where lots of good projects are giving you fiat to crypto on-ramp. Lots of utility, like Uniswap, like Aave, like other DeFi projects, are giving you the possibility to access direct financial primitives that's being developed at large for greater purpose than just gaming, and they are just there for your games. They are just there for you to use them in the games. And when you expose that into a game, and Cometh, for example, as a DEX, Axie Infinity has just released a DEX, you make it so that your player get accustomed to this, get accustomed to using blockchain for that purpose. So think about what it can bring to your games to have those financial primitives to make your economy more sustainable, for example. One of the great things between NFT and gaming is that centralization of balancing, centralization of discussion on how the game could evolve, basically brought us Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin famously explained that he was playing World of Warcraft when he was in his teenage years, until the patch 3.10, where one of the characters called the Warlock got famously nerfed The main spell of this character was super nerfed by Blizzard, which made Vitalik Buterin realize how bad it is for centralized system to take direct decision on let's nerf this and let's not consult the community. So he wanted to build decentralized systems. Now, with blockchain, NFTs, and gaming, we can mix it up together so that we involve the community on getting better games being developed, better features being prioritized, and involving the community in those discussions directly. So on the one hand, you have an initiative that's maybe controversial with token-gated communities like Friends with Benefits, but many other examples are coming up. And at the other part of the spectrum, you have companies like Gnosis building Gnosis Zodiac that let the guilds of players organize themselves with blockchain to build a proper DAO, to build a proper capital management, and so on. And for us as game developers, when we look at the assets that we've emitted on the blockchain and we look at who possess them, who are interacting with them, it's super great to have a direct interactions with those players and knowing who is owning what and who is doing what and being able to consult them for voting, for simple consulting, for feedbacks, or for early access to some alphas and so on. Now we're getting down the line on what blockchain can be applied for at the heart of the game. Here are two examples, a very great game called Dark Forest and another very great game called Cometh, where we have implemented the game mechanics inside the blockchain. So we took the engine and put it inside the blockchain. First off, because it was a technical challenge, and then it showed what new possibility can be brought to the gaming from the blockchain space. The blockchain itself can execute code, that's great. It has its own clock. It has also a form of entropy that you can extract some randomness, so you can base everything out of the blockchain. But also, it is immutable, non-repudiable. It's always there. You don't have to care too much about this infrastructure. It will run itself. And it opens up many possibilities of a new type of storytelling, like the asset that you have on your wallet ended up being transferred from being initially minted to someone else, and you bought it on secondary market, and this person on the secondary market that sold it to you did this and that quests. So you get the whole history of your asset. So many things are going to come out of this from a storytelling perspective, from gameplay innovation, or new form of game innovation, actually. And talking about innovation and breakthrough, one of the things that come first is how we can apply blockchain to multiplayer. Here's an example. This is a tournament that we run on Polygon for about 3 weeks. Every weekend, for about 3 weeks, we gathered thousands of players together to play on a tournament for a couple of hours. And taking the comparison from World of Warcraft, a World of Warcraft server can only host about 1,200 players at a time. Sounds a lot. 1,200 is a lot, but from a blockchain perspective, it's very small. And in this screenshot, every square is a player, and when you zoom in, you realize that there's much more players as you zoom in. And it was about 1,000 players playing at the same time on the blockchain, while the blockchain was executing thousands of other applications and thousands of other games together. And that's what the blockchain has been built for initially, in order to have a shared database that can be edited by many people at the same time, because we do a sequence of updates every blocks. So you can build multiplayers without having a server. So you switch from multiplayer to player. And this is probably going to be the biggest revolution, I think, in what we will observe between games and NFTs. But if you've attended this talk, it's because it's called 1 billion. So where does the 1 billion come from? So crunching data from various big fours and other people publishing data about where the gaming space is going, there is a general number that's agreed on, is that 2.8 billion people are playing. Your mother-in-law, your cousin, your little sister, they are playing. They are playing on their phone, they are playing on your phone, they are playing on your computer, they're playing on their console, whatever, they are playing. If we accept that now blockchain are going to be funneled into each and every of those games, or at least 1/3 of those games, that means that at least 1/3 of the players are going to use blockchain directly or indirectly. And since they will be interacting directly with or indirectly with DeFi primitive, that means that all of those people are going to be blockchain native. So here we go. Get ready for Web3 Game Studios. Thank you so much.